let's get into this. There are gonna be spoilers in this video, so yeah. What up guys, it's Steph, and today we are gonna talk about one of my favorite shows on cable television, This Is Us. I really don't know whether these are gonna be unpopular opinions or not, but I'm just gonna talk about This Is Us and how I feel about it since season 5 is coming up real soon. Can't say I've been a long time watcher. Basically, I just got into it from Netflix and then started watching it in real time for season 4. Never have I ever had a show get me to cry every episode. It got to the point where I had to space out when I watched this and when I started work. If I had 2 hours before work, I could not watch This Is Us beforehand because like the way my pillow, the way I just be sobbing, the show just really knows how to get you in the feels, so highly recommend if you haven't watched it. This Is Us is one of those shows that has a huge ensemble cast, so to go through them, I want to start with like the peripherals of the family, then lead into the family, and then hopefully it will be a cohesive plan that I just thought of right now, so let's go. The first character that I want to discuss is Toby. I'm gonna say it right now, I don't like Toby and Kate together. I feel like Toby is too good for Kate. Kate has too many insecurities. Toby is so unapologetically nice and kind and loving and just such a spontaneous partner, and I just feel like he's not fully appreciated in that marriage. And this is no offense to everything and everyone, so don't come for me, but anytime Kate and Toby have like some relationship dramas, I immediately want to fast forward. I'm like, I do not care about you two as a unit. Can't you see Toby with like somebody who loves and appreciates him? This is not Kate. I like him as a character. I think he's too good for her. When Kate was wilding about him with his CrossFit buddies, yes, clearly at the end she had a right to be jealous, but how do you not want your man to be great? You know what, let's just move into Kate. I love childhood Kate. I absolutely adore teenager Kate. Teenager Kate is like so beautiful too. By going through Kate's childhood, it kind of redeems her character as an adult because you see this and this and this and you're like, oh yeah, that's why she's insecure. And I'm sure she's a relatable character for a lot of individuals, but I just cannot stand Kate. Like her interactions with everybody are just so annoying. She's just like, oh. If you watch the show, you'll just see her go, oh. It's like, shut up! And I'm not gonna blame her for her dad's death. I would never. But I'm just saying, the way I wish he didn't go in and get that damn dog! But anyway, of Kate's like family, like of little Jack and the child that they're gonna eventually have, like the art gallery girl, I'm excited to see her storyline and if they go deep into that, but I don't know if that's like too deep because there's still so many other characters to go through. But yeah, I'm interested to see where she'll go this season, if they give her an adult storyline. I don't care too much for the child storylines. Like, I get it, you're like building anticipation and like trying to explain things, but no. Next person I want to talk about is Beth. Beth, I adore. She, again, like Toby, deals with so much shit. These damn triplets are mad annoying to their peripherals. I genuinely thought that Beth was gonna leave him. She seems to be the one who really holds down the household. She permits most of Randall's crazy ideas and knows when to step out when the family is having a tiff. Beth is like the voice of reason on the show. When everyone's wild and Beth like just says something and brings everyone back to earth, like, okay, this is what we're dealing with right now. And I love that about her. The kids, Deja, Tess, and Annie, I wish Annie got more screen time. I'm curious to see how she'll develop as an adult. Deja and Malik, we stan. I adore those two. I think they're very cute. Love Tess. Don't really have much to say about Tess. Like, I wish she talked more, but I mean, that's her thing. She's shy, she's coming into herself, and we live for that. Randall. I do not like Randall. I think he's a control freak. I think he's stubborn. I think he was doing too much trying to force his mom to go into that treatment facility. I just feel like he meddles too much. And as Kevin said, like, he does feel like he has a savior complex because he like rescued his dad and saved him. and rescued Deja and saved her, brought her into the family. Now he's trying to, like, save his mom, and it's just, like, it's too much. I just want to put my hands in the screen and be like, Randall, like, screw off, like, stop. I didn't even think that he should have ran for Congress, but it worked. It worked itself out. I was really frustrated with him when he was, like, refusing therapy and, like, dodging the idea of going to that. So I'm glad that Beth kicked his shit in gear, because self-betterment is key, especially if you can afford it. And none of the Pearsons are short on cash. Like, the way these people are accumulating mileage points is ridiculous. I don't even understand what kind of jobs these people have that they can constantly get vacation to, like, go here, go there, visit so-and-so for a birthday. A birthday? Wow. I wish. The way the show progresses, it's almost like every person has a redemption arc, so you can't hate them for too long. For the most part, I'm neutral on a lot of people. I don't like Randall. I probably dislike Randall more than I dislike Kate. I'm just not a fan of those Pearsons. We'll get to my fave later, as you can tell, but let's keep going. Madison, you're a bad friend. Who sleeps with their bestie's bro? To me, that's just automatic no. I would not let my I feel like the friendship between Madison and Kate was, like, forced and out of convenience since they were both in that program together. Because aside from that, I really don't see where their friendship dynamic is. It always feels like Madison's constantly annoying Kate, and maybe they have some type of codependency because Madison doesn't have a lot of friends. But if you only have, like, one bestie, are you really gonna risk it all and sleep with their bro? That's playing with fire, girly. In the previews, Kevin was saying fiance, so I'm starting to think, like, is he getting with her just because he couldn't have Sophie? Because I don't want to be somebody's consolation. Kevin, my problematic fave. I love this man. I'm a little bit biased. I watched the soap opera Passions as a kid, so I've basically been crushing on Justin Hartley for most of my life, and I didn't even realize that he was Fox from Passions until I watched the show, and I was like, he kind of looks like Fox from Passions, and I hadn't seen that show since I was, like, 6 or 7. I love Kevin the character. I have mixed feelings on him getting Madison pregnant, but I'm kind of glad that it's her and not Sophie. The Kevin-Sophie thing just needed to stop. Like, childhood sweethearts, all of that, it just needed to stop. He was wasting Sophie's time and time again. And, like, even popping into her life in adulthood and still messing up her life. I never saw it for Kevin and Sophie. Him getting the girl of his dreams at the very end after everything he's been through, it just felt like too good of a reward to happen. So I'm kind of like, anchor to Madison now. Also, Madison secured the bag. Prior to the whole Madison hookup fiasco, I was still holding out for Kevin and the military girl that he was in rehab with, because I just felt like that, it was forming something. That last argument between Kevin and Randall was super spicy, but anybody with siblings knows that, like, you take it there. Sometimes you just gotta take it there because they're not listening. Y'all are both bad for that. Those were some low blows. Curious to know how long they're gonna go without talking. But I feel like Kevin's, like, the beautiful, constantly ignored one, so it's just like, oh, I shed a tear for him, but he also has, like, the best life, so I don't know. He's just my fave. I don't think I have polarizing views on Rebecca. I really enjoyed her in her younger years. I wish she would have spoke up when her dad was, like, talking down to Jack, but at least she ended up with him anyway, so that's fine, I guess. She was definitely out of line for keeping Randall's birth father from him, but all is forgiven. Old Rebecca, like, as they're all adults and Rebecca's, like, the grandmother, I just don't like her. Maybe it's a wig, I'm not sure. The last person we really care about is Jack. I'm gonna say Jack is daddy. It doesn't matter what age he was, pre the triplets, post the triplets, in his imagines of if he was, like, old and stuff, Jack is daddy. Milo, ooh. Oh, baby. Now I'm gonna discuss my predictions for this season. I don't really like how they're putting COVID into it because we don't even know how COVID's gonna end, but it moves at a slow pace, so I guess that's okay. The BLM stuff, you heard it from me right now as you're watching this video. I predict Malik, Deja's mans, is gonna get shot on some police brutality stuff, and that's gonna be the storyline, how they're all impacted by that. Because he's, like, from the hood, I think. Well, his family's working class, and it only makes sense because that trailer was very heavily BLM, Randall's family, so Yeah, I think Malik's gonna get got. Or Deja. Because they just love putting those kids through the most awful situations. Like, the way I want a solid relationship for them for once, but the way I feel like we're not going to get that because they love bringing them back into, like, the hood environment. I don't know which Pearson brother is going to be right about putting their mom in the home, because Randall was very pro that, Kevin was very anti, and we see that Rebecca is, like, elderly and sick, but I don't know if she lived a full life, if that treatment did anything, if she would have left halfway. But I'm hoping, for the show's sake, and for, like, my well-being, that Randall forcing Rebecca into the home actually does some improvements with her health. Because if she just missed those 9 months for nothing, I don't think Kevin would ever forgive him. And I wouldn't either, because Randall, that was doing too much. You should have just let your mom decide. But it is what it is. And that's where we're going to end off. Thanks so much for watching. As always, if you like this video and you like me, then hit that like button. And if you want to see more of me, then you can always subscribe. And my links will be down below. And seriously, let me know how you feel about the show. Because I have too many feelings, because this show has too many feelings. And I will catch you later. Bye! Also, new setup, who dis? New city, who dis?